With the ongoing impact of the pandemic, experts say there's a serious uptick in behavioral issues among kids in schools.
And it's all about mental health. So let's talk about it. News Center Maine's Zach Blanchard is here now with more. Zach.
Pat and Tori, for a lot of parents, this comes as no surprise. With added stress on kids, they're acting out. Some teachers on the front lines, though, are doing all they can to make sure their students feel supported. With kids back in the classroom, there's a lot of new energy.
It's been so great being back.
But there's also a lot of uncertainty.
I think the hard part is just getting back into routine.
For teachers like Leah Richards in Windham, the last few months have been a struggle for both them and their students.
Has it been hard? Yeah. And I have cried a lot. You know, it was just like this fear of the unknown, I think, was definitely more challenging.
Mental health experts say that uncertainty is causing a spike in behavior issues in schools across the state and country.
You're seeing that across the board, a huge uptick in behavioral issues at school.
The cause? The pandemic.
Because kids are struggling and they don't yet have the vocabulary to be able to tell us, to make sense out of all of the stuff happening inside of them. So of course it's going to come out in their behavior.
And it's really no wonder. According to international studies, rates of depression and anxiety in kids have doubled since the start of the pandemic. Here in Maine, the consequences are serious, and they're impacting kids younger and younger.
Seeing very young students, coming in with kindergarten without having had access to early intervention. So students with more profound disabilities, lacking language, lacking communication.
A new statewide grant-funded program led by UMaine is focused on giving teachers across at least 20 towns the tools they need to help address behavioral concerns. Experts say teachers are seeing everything from more students acting out and disobeying to even physical aggression.
Issues are deep and broad. We're working with staff so that everyone understands what are the evidence-based practices that promote academic engagement and positive behavior for our youth.
Back at Manchester School in Windham, Counselor Jess Weatherby is on the front lines.
One of the more challenging things is really trying to support every single student.
Along with the help of an in-school social worker and psychologist, they're trying to teach kids skills to cope. And it usually starts by just talking about it.
We want to validate them by letting them know they've been heard, while also making sure that they feel safe here at school.
For teachers like Richards, while the pandemic has been an unimaginable challenge, it's one they're willing to face for their students.
I come in here and I see these kids smiling and wanting to be here every day, and it makes everything worth it.
Now, experts say there are a few simple things you can do to help start the conversation with your kids. First, check in. Make it okay and routine to ask how they're doing. Second, take them seriously. If they tell you they're struggling, believe them and offer to help. And don't forget about yourself, the most important thing. If you're using all your energy worrying about your kids, you're not going to be able to help them. Pat and Tori.